My name is Rita. I spent every moment of my life with my husband, Ajay. It had been 15 years since our marriage. Ajay was a software engineer, always busy at the office, but when he returned home, he would rest his head in my lap. There was a sparkle in his eyes that I believed was only for me. We had 2 children, a son, Rahul, 12 years old, who was passionate about cricket and always ran around the field, just like his father, and a daughter, Naya, 8 years old, who loved drawing and made a new picture for Ajay every week. Life was simple, but full of happiness. Every Sunday, we all gathered in the kitchen to make pakoras, laughed together, and listened to Ajay's stories, where he turned his boring office meetings into hilarious tales. Then came that day when everything changed. Ajay had an accident. It was 11 p.m. He was returning from the office. It was late because he had to finish an important project. I had called him. Hurry back. The kids are waiting for you. He laughed and said, just 20 minutes, my love. But those 20 minutes never came. A truck collided with his car, which skidded uncontrollably on the road. The police called. Ma'am, your husband has had an accident. I dropped the phone. My heart stopped beating. When we reached the hospital, the doctor said, it's too late. The internal injuries were severe. I cried, screamed, shook Ajay's hand. But Ajay was no longer with us. After the final rites, we returned home, and everything felt empty. The pictures on the walls smiled at us, but now they were silent. The children sat quietly in the corner. Rahul clutched his cricket bat and kept crying. Naya hid her drawing as if she wanted to hide too. My parents were weeping. Mom said, daughter, it's God's will. But I was angry with God. The next morning, my younger sister Priya arrived. Priya is 5 years younger than me, but our bond had always been strong. In childhood, we played together because she never married. She lived alone in a small flat where she worked as a graphic designer. Didi, I'll take care of everything, she said, placing her hand on my shoulder. There were tears in her eyes, and I thought, at least I have one support. She started cooking, taking care of the children, sitting by my side at night. But that support turned out to be the biggest betrayal of my life. At nights when everyone slept, she would secretly check her phone. And it felt strange to me, but I thought, she's in grief, so what? On the third day, as I was clearing Ajay's belongings, his shirts, still filled with his scent, his watch that he always wore, Priya stopped me. Didi, wait. I have something to tell you. Her voice was trembling. Her face had turned pale. I stared at her. What happened? Speak up. Say what's in your heart. She stood up and took out a photo from her bag. In the photo was Ajay with Priya, and between them a small child maybe 3 years old, with a top knot in his hair, holding a toy in his hand. The child looked just like Ajay. The same nose, the same eyes, the same smile that I saw in Rahul. My heart skipped a beat. My breath stopped. What? What is this? Who is this child? Priya wiped her tears and said, this is my son, Aarav, and he's Ajay's son too. I burst out laughing, as if it were a bad dream, shaking my head. Have you gone mad? Ajay could never do something like this. He loved me so much. He loved us so much. But Priya didn't stop. She took out her phone and played a video. In the video was Ajay in Priya's flat, the lights dim, a poster on the wall. He was saying, Priya, don't tell Rita. This is our secret. Aarav is ours. I'll always take care of both of you. I checked the date. It was 4 years old. When we were planning our family trip, my mind went numb. The world spun around me. Priya explained how it all started. 5 years ago, when Ajay got promoted, there was a big company party. I couldn't go because of the kids, but
Priya was invited since she was Ajay's cousin. Alcohol flowed at the party. People were dancing. Ajay saw Priya. They talked, joked around. He used to say, Didi, you're always so busy. I feel a bit lonely. Priya said. In the intoxication of alcohol, conversations happened and then, a mistake. It should have been a one-night thing, but the mistake didn't end there. Ajay would go to Priya every week, making excuses, office work or meeting. When Priya got pregnant, Ajay said, "Handle it alone. I'll fulfill my responsibilities at home, send money." Rita should never find out. Priya gave birth to the child alone in the hospital, enduring the pain, but never told me. Ajay kept sending money secretly every month to an account, calling it help for a friend. Priya raised Aarav, told him stories about Ajay, taught him about his father. You've ruined my life," I screamed, slamming my hand on the table. Tears flowed, anger, sorrow, everything mixed together. Priya bowed her head. "Forgive me, Didi. Ajay said you'd be hurt, your home would break. But now Jay is gone, Aarav deserves his father's rights. He shouldn't be an orphan." Rights? I thought, Ajay is dead, and she's revealing this hidden secret. As if my grief wasn't enough, now she's inflicting a new wound. I tore the photo. The pieces flew in the air. I tried to delete the video, but Priya snatched the phone. "These are all proofs. If you need more, get a DNA test done. I have Aarav's report, 99 match." She showed the report. Names and numbers on the paper. The children came into the room. Rahul asked, "Mommy, what happened? Why are you screaming?" Neha held my hand. "Didi came, right?" I said nothing, just hugged them. I threw Priya out of the house, closed the door. "Get out. I never want to see your face again." But I couldn't sleep all night. Ajay, whom I considered God, with my sister. Every week, while I was managing the house, putting the kids to sleep. And a child, Aarav, who is now my nephew and Rahul's blood brother. In the morning, I opened Ajay's diary which he had hidden. Inside it was written, "Meeting Priya was a mistake, but Aarav is mine. How do I tell Rita? And then, today is Rita's birthday. I'll keep her happy." Betrayal. Lies. Everything came together. The next day, I talked to a lawyer, checked the will. Ajay had left some money in Priya's name, for a friend, and a trust for Aarav. The lawyer said, "It's legal, but you can fight it." I decided to fight. Filed a case in court. Priya responded, brought Aarav, stood him in court. The judge asked, "What do you say?" Priya cried and told everything. Aarav looked at me, said, "Auntie," and my heart melted. Why should I punish him? He's just a child. The case dragged on. It became news in the media. Sister-in-law rivalry. Widow's sorrow. People came outside the house, took photos. Rahul talked at school. My dad has another brother. Neha became silent, stopped drawing.
Marriage proposals came. Relatives suggested matches, but I wasn't ready. Priya would call occasionally. "Didi, Aarav asks about you. Meet him." I refused, but one day, when Rahul said, "Mommy, I want a brother. Bring Aarav home," my heart softened. We reconciled, invited Aarav home. He played, laughed, just like Ajay. Now, a year later, I'm not alone. The children, Aarav, all live together. Priya helps from afar, but trust never returned. I started a job, graphic design, like Priya does. I began a new life, took therapy, read books, how to forget betrayal. But that pain, it will never go away. Sometimes I think if Ajay were alive, would I forgive him? But now I just know this: when trust breaks, life shatters. But if you have the courage to piece it together, a new home can be built. Seeing Aarav's smile, it feels like a part of Ajay is still with me. And Priya, she's still my sister. But the price of that secret was heavy.